呢一個到下一題啦，咁嗰條問題咧就係話究竟係邊一本書啦？咁我哋睇睇 White Mountain 呢一個啦，咁佢又話咧，佢話 The White Mountain in which alien 即係外星人啦 ，overlords install mind control caps on the heads of all those over the age of 13。好啦，呢一個咧就係話形容 White Mountains 咧係一本書係點樣咧？有啲 aliens 有啲外星人啦，咁佢哋要控制。要 mind control 要控制佢哋嘅思想，控制啲13歲以上細路仔嘅思想。佢第一題啦，佢話 read the horrific tale of beings from outer space， 即係等同頭先講嗰個 aliens 啦 ，that invade Earth and mentally control。mentally control 就係等於嗰啲咩 mind controlling cap， 咁所以呢一個咧就係應該 The White Mountain 啦 ，The White Mountains。到呢一度咧，就第二題咧 ，trapped in a maze 呢個又 trapped in a maze， 咁於是咧就啲人就要呢個可能會搞錯啦。咁佢話但係睇翻啦 ，a group of teenagers who can't remember their past。嗱，咁所以 trapped in a maze 咧就唔係一個好重要嘅indicator 啦，係最主要係你要話咧係啲 teenagers who can't remember their past， 即係話咧係唔記得晒佢哋之前發生嘅嘢，一覺起身。咧，你會見到咧就係 The Maze Runner 啦，佢有講過咧 ，teenage boys awaken all memories of their previous lives wiped clean， 即係意思咧係全部都洗晒佢哋之前嘅生活嘅一啲嘅記憶。會見到啦 ，trapped in a maze，a group of teenagers who can't remember their past， 咁就係等於係 wiped clean， 就係等於係啦，即係俾人洗咗腦，咁所以呢一個咧就係 The Maze Runner。咁好啦，究竟呢一個 Trapped in a Maze 又係一個 maze 一個迷宮啦，that goes on forever. Teenagers are being influenced to act in a certain way， 即係話啲年青人咧係被人影響啦，但係佢哋一定要做即係表現咗一啲行為出嚟。咁你會見到咧呢一個 The House of Stairs 啦，呢一個咁佢就係講咧就係話 The story of 5 teenagers imprisoned in a seemingly infinite 唔知乜嘢啦 network of staircases that ultimately turns out to be a gigantic Skinner box designed to condition their behaviour。咁樣咧呢個盒咧用嚟乜嘢咧？係訓練佢哋諗嘢嘅一啲方法，即係 that means 佢哋咧係即係要達到某一個行為。佢話咧係一個 infinite， 即係一個無窮無盡嘅一啲樓梯啦。咁而好多樓梯嘅話咧，就即係 that means 係一個乜嘢咧？好多樓梯，咁即係等於好似係一個 maze 咁樣啦，即係好似一個迷宮咁樣。而呢個迷宮咧，其實係要用嚟做乜嘢嘅咧 ？design to condition 係訓練佢哋嘅行為，令到佢哋要達到佢哋心中想要佢哋嘅一啲行為。咁所以咧。Trapped in a maze that goes on forever, teenagers are being influenced 即係嗰個 conditioned to behave in a certain way， 咁就係呢一個 house of stairs 啦。另外啦 ，problems occur when people try to bring out too much societal harmony in this suspenseful dystopian novel。咁其實 dystopian novel 全部都係 dystopian novel 啦。咁最主要咧就係嗰個需要即係話咧，佢哋要做咗好多嘢，就係為咗要即係個社會非常之和諧嘅。咁於是咧就睇下邊一本書啦。個同義詞啦，咁佢就話咧all the drawbacks of engineering 即係 build 咁嘅意思啊 ，building 啊 too harmonious 即係太過和諧嘅一個社會啦，咁就係 the giver 啦。咁其實呢個 too harmonious 咧就係等同呢一個嘅societal harmony， 咁所以呢一個咧就係 the giver 呢本書嘅 summary。接住啦，佢話 What does the simile like a wicked strain of the flu？ 咁其實咩意思咧 ？flu 即係一個感冒啦。咁其實咧，你好多人可以係唔識解呢個字，其實你係唔需要識呢個字嘅。咁其實佢話咧呢一本書啦，The White Mountains 啦，咁啊總之呢個古仔頭先我哋都講過啦。咁就但係咧 tore through my own sixth-grade classroom like a wicked string of the flu。咁其實佢就冇再講其他嘢啦。咁即係話令到佢嗰班，即係佢應該係教書㗎啦。佢嗰個6年級嘅班房啲學生咧就 tore 即係 tore through 即係意思嗱 ，tore 本身係有撕開嘅意思啦，但係咧即係意思佢咧係令到成個6年班呢個班房裏邊所有學生咧都睇呢本書咁嘅意思咯。咁所以 flew 咧就係有一個特性就係乜嘢咧？你一定要先諗 flew 呢一個，即係佢用咗呢個字，用咗呢個 metaphor 去表達呢本書呢個 White Mountains 嘅一個特性啦。咁呢個 White Mountain 就好似一個 flew 咁樣。咁 wicked 咧就只係都係好 evil 咁嘅意思啦，即係好邪惡咁嘅意思。咁即係話咧，好似一個好勁嘅感冒咁樣咯。咁即係意思嘅話咧係其實最主要就係 suggest about the book 係有啲乜嘢咧？就係 it is popular。其實就係好簡單，係好 popular， 好受歡迎啦。又或者如果你想寫得深啲嘅話咧，就係the book is widespread 啦。又或者it is a big hit 啦。又或者係寫 infectious， 即係話咧好具感染力，即係意思咧係好多人都好快脆就會好中意啦。嗱，佢其實講話係 wicked strain of the flu 咧，就未必一定係指唔好嘅，即係指話呢個感冒咧係即係呢種感冒呢啲細菌咧係傳得好快。咁佢冇講過話其實係唔好嘅，因為佢即係指話，因為有啲感冒其實可能你唔係好嚴重嘅話，咁其實一個人感冒就未必成班都會感冒。但係呢一個係指緊佢話呢本書能夠 spread 得好快，令所有佢嘅 Year 6嘅學生咧都喺度睇緊呢本書，咁所以就用咗個感冒去比喻佢啫。咁所以唔係一個唔好嘅意思，只係講話係即係有一個係傳播得好快嘅意思，所以用 popular、widespread、big hit 或者 infectious 就已經係表達咗嗰個比喻啦。好啦，接住咧到下邊一個排序啦，好多人咧都好頭痛，因為好接近啦啲句子。咁我哋睇翻呢一段佢講乜嘢先啦？第6段。嗱，咁佢一開始咧就話 The typical arc of the dystopian narrative mirrors the course of adolescent disaffection， 即係話呢個 arc 係乜嘢咧？arc 即係個拱形啊，咁即係話咧嗰個即係意思佢嗰個故事咁嘅意思咯，即係個典型 typical 係典型嘅一個古仔咧，就會通常都係表達咗一啲嘅年輕人嘅不滿。咁首先第一步啦 ，the fictional world is laid out， 即係一個假嘅世界啦，即係唔同我哋現在嘅世界係唔一樣嘅世界，係 fictional， 即係如小説般的 fiction， 即係小説咁嘅意思啊嘛，即係假嘅世界啦。咁啊 ，it may seem pleasant enough， 即係話好似咧係好即係好 nice 好好嘅一個世界，即係 seem to be， 即係好似係好好。咁於是咧，你睇到第一個咧就會應該係 E 啦，tranquil 呢個字咧係好寧靜咁嘅意思，好寧靜嘅一個假嘅世界 is introduced to the reader。學生咧會 struggle 係揀呢一個啦 ，the main character appears to be happy and comfortable。但係你要記住咧，其實佢係對翻佢每一句嘅文字嘅。咁佢一個好似好寧靜嘅世界，即係呢個 fictional world 咧，係的確係頭先呢個第6段嘅呢個 first 之後嘅第一句係講緊個世界。咁跟住之後咧就接住啦，到呢一度 Tally the heroine of Uglies looks forward to the surgery that will transform her into a pretty。and allow her to move to the party enclave of the new pretty town。嗱，呢一個係只係一個 case 嚟啦。然後第二個 case 咧就係一個Jonas 就點樣咧？就 in the Giver has no problem with the Blandly 即係好平淡咁嘅意思。Tranquil community where he grows up。跟住之後 Dan 啦，嗱係啦，呢一度咧就係講話開頭嗰陣時咧，佢哋係即係嗰啲主角咧，通常就係即係覺得自己係好滿意自己嘅生活啦，好似覺得都 OK 啊咁樣。到咧呢一個咧就會係應該咧係the main character appears to be happy and comfortable。呢一個就係頭先第6段嘅第二組嘅説話所表達出嚟嘅意思啦。答案咧係應該接住先至係 C， 就會第一個 E 係講個世界，第二個咧就係講嗰個嘅啲人物咧係好似好開心同埋好舒適啲生活。因為佢俾咗2個例子，呢一度呢個就第2。咁接住啦，你見到個頂啦，頂呢一個咧就同呢個 first 咧都係一個即係明顯係一個第2步啊，或者下一樣嘢咧就係點樣啦 ？Somebody new a misfit， 即係意思呢一個唔係好夾嘅人啦，或者係事情啦，就會出現啦。Turns up，or the hero stumbles on an incongruity。點解咧呢個字？ 一啲唔相稱、唔協調嘅一啲事情啊，即係覺得咧喺佢嗰個世界裏邊有啲嘢覺得好似好唔對路咁嘅意思。A crack opens in the facade。乜嘢叫做 facade 咧？係解乜嘢咧？係the way somebody or something appears to be, which is different from the way somebody or something really is。OK， 即係一個解咧就係一個表面啦。To see through somebody's facade 咧，即係看清一個人嘅真面目。其實本身咧係 facade 咧係指一個大廈嘅一個正面，即係前邊表面咁嘅意思嘅。咁所以呢個就係話佢哋咧就會係點樣咧？係a crack opens in the facade， 即係意思咧，佢嗰個表面好似好和諧嘅生活咧，就會佢哋咧就會就突然間有個 crack， 即係有個裂縫咧開咗，即係好似有啲問題出現咗。If the society is a false utopia， 即係一個假嘅utopia 就係一個即係一個美好嘅世界啦。The hero discovers the lie at its very foundation。咁跟住之後咧，佢哋就發覺原來佢哋嗰個生活嗰個世界原來係唔係真係一個烏托邦嚟嘅。咁佢哋就發覺原來佢哋係俾人呃咗好耐，而嗰個咧係唔係表，即係兩件事，原來係呢個成個社會嘅基本基礎都係一個即係一個大話，係一個假嘅虛構嘅一個世界啦。咁所以到呢一度咧，第三咧就會應該係 F 啦。The main character discovers that something is wrong in the fictional world。佢哋發現咧就係話有啲嘢係假嘅，即係覺得係喺佢哋個呢個虛擬嘅世界裏邊有啲嘢咧係唔對路。咁呢一句呢個 wrong 呢一個咧就係等同呢一個有幾個字都係一樣嘅，就係incongruity 啦 ，a crack opens 啦，發覺呢個係一個 lie 啦，即係有啲問題啦。咁所以第三個 area 咧，你就係表達到就係話呢個 fictional world 其實就唔係一個 utopia， 係一個有啲問題嘅社會。接住咧就到 the pretties， 咁呢個又係一啲 example 啦，就係一啲嘅 example， 就係話 the pretties have their brains removed when they receive their plastic surgery。頭先就係講過話有啲人因為要做一個手術令到佢哋靚啲，但係其實原來咧唔係令佢靚啲咁簡單，令佢個腦都要 remove 埋，即係要拎走咗。The resident 呢個另一個例子啦 ，the residents of Jonas's community have been drained of all passion。原來咧所有佢哋嘅社會嘅人咧都係冇晒啲即係冇晒熱情冇晒感覺。If the society is frankly miserable or oppressive, the hero will learn that contrary to what's been told, there may be an alternative out there。咁佢哋發覺咧，即係跟住嗰個故事裏邊咪有個主角咧，就係嗰個 hero 啦，就係話。佢以為係烏托邦，但其實唔係啊嘛。頭先講咗，咁原來發覺咧係有得解救嘅，咁就有個 alternative， 有一個另一選擇，係有 other way out， 即係有方法可以離開嘅 somewhere。咁於是咧就係發覺原來係可以改變嘅。接住啦，咁於是咧發覺有嘢改變啦，而 conditions at home become more and more unbearable， 即係越嚟越咧係不能忍受啦。OK， 咁即係話有另一個嘅選擇啦，但係越嚟越唔可以忍受咧 until。Finally, the hero decides to make a break of it， 即係於是咧嗰個人咧就係嗰個故事主角咧就會 make a break， 即係於是咧就要打破一啲嘅嘢啦，然後咧就 head out across the dangerous terrain 即係一個 area， 即係佢哋要去一啲即係危險嘅境域，於是又要解決呢個問題。咁每一次都會係有咁樣嘅狀況。咁好多人咧都會錯呢兩個位啦。咁呢一度咧其實究竟係乜嘢咧？我先講咗答案啦。Circumstances get worse and become intolerable for everyone。即係唔可以接受啦，然到最尾咧就係 D，the main character makes the decision to break away， 就係要走佬啦。咁其實呢個 break away 同埋 intolerable 咧係上面都有嘅呢兩個字。呢我哋冇揀過嘅答案啦。咁呢個第一個啦 ，problems begin to disappear and everyone is no longer miserable。其實上面呢個第六段咧，只有講過話佢哋咧就要去即係面對一啲好困難嘅嘢，嘗試 make a break of it， 就係冇講過話係 no longer miserable， 所以係即係用唔到落去呢一個嘅 art 度嘅。The main character becomes admired by everyone 係更加冇講過啦，因為佢有講過話自己即係佢哋遇到一啲好即係唔開心嘅嘢，於是咧就發覺原來係有其他辦法離開呢個世界。咁跟住之後咧就越嚟越唔可以再接受啦，於是就真係衝出去啦。咁但係就冇講過佢係 admired by everyone 嘅。咁另外 D 嗰個咧 ，the main character makes a decision to break away 呢個用咗啦，我哋 D 同埋 G。咁唯一咧 the main character is no longer a misfit 呢一個咧，佢呢個 misfit 咧喺呢度上邊咧係有用過，有講過話呢個係一個 misfit， 即係有個。Then somebody new a misfit turns up， 即係有個人出現，但係冇講過嗰個主角就係即係嗰個，即係冇講過話佢係，即係其實呢個最主要咧，呢幾個都係一啲故事嘅結局咯。咁而故事嘅結局喺呢個 plot 裏邊咧係冇正式講到，因為咧其實最大唔同咧就係一陣間你會睇到就係話其實大人嘅dystopian 同埋比年青人嘅 dystopian 係好唔同。咁呢幾個咧都係一啲結局嚟嘅，所以根本就唔適用喺呢個 plot 裏邊咯。好啦，接住咧就到呢一個啦。K. Sample argues that the hero in adult dystopian fiction should not，好啦，呢一度係講佢唔應該乜嘢咧，就係睇睇第7段先啦。咁佢就話咧 the youth-centered， 即係俾 teenagers 咁嘅意思啦，即係俾年青人10幾歲睇嘅dystopian 啦。The youth-centered versions of dystopia part company with， 咩叫 part company with 咧？就係等於 differs 咁嘅意思 ，differs from 咁嘅意思，即係同有乜嘢唔同 ，differs from 或者係 part company with。They are adult predecessors in some important respects。predecessors 係解乜嘢咧？佢哋嘅前輩，佢哋嘅前輩或者先輩，即係話意思啦，即係幾十年前啲人寫嘅 dystopian 同而家寫嗰啲有啲乜嘢唔同咧？係有幾個明顯嘅 respects 即係 areas 咁嘅意思。For one thing 嗱 ，for one thing 就係講咗佢第一個嘅不同啦。The grown-up ones are grimmer 咧意思係即係灰啲啊，即係 grimmer 即係意思咧係比較灰，即係意思咧係冇乜希望。The British academic K. Sample argues that the protagonists 即係主角啦。Final defeat and failure is absolutely crucial to the admonitory nature of the classic adult dystopia。呢一個咧咩叫做 admonitory 咧？係解即係嗰個譴責嘅成分，係解呢個字咧係 admonition 變出嚟㗎啦，就係只係 warning to somebody about their behaviour， 即係嗰個即係有一個鬧佢，即係有一個警告嘅意思。所以咧，我哋睇翻呢一個咧，就係話大人嗰啲啦，就係就係話咧嗰個大人嗰啲咧就係點樣咧？佢哋嘅 final defeat 同 failure， 即係話最尾咧喺大人嗰啲嘅 dystopian 咧係最終一定要係失敗嘅，佢哋即係譬如好似1984啊嗰啲咧，都係講到嗰個故事嗰個主角去到最尾咧係唔能夠抵抗到個政府啊，或者係總之一定係佢哋係一定徹底失敗。咁而所以咧佢哋有嗰個 warning， 呢個係 warning 啦，或者一啲即係一啲 warning nature 咧就會係比較明顯嘅，即係話俾你聽呢個社會係即係一個人咧係即係鬥唔到一個大嘅政府咁嘅意思嘅。通常如果係大人嘅 dystopian， 咁仲有就咁你會見到咧佢條問題問你 argues that the hero in adult dystopian fiction should not triumph at the end of the story。 呢個字咧係解勝利，即係 gain victory 咁嘅意思。好啦，呢一個咧就所以就係話佢一定嗰個主角一定要有 final defeat 啦，一定係最終失敗。咁所以就唔會有成功啦。咁亦都咁 B 係一定錯啦，因為 should not fail 係錯嘅，因為佢講緊係 adult dystopian fiction 啊嘛。Change the behaviour at the end of the story。呢個有冇 change behaviour 文章冇講，但係佢話主角一定要最終一定要失敗都錯。Have the same behaviour at the end， 咁唔知係咪 same behaviour？ 最主要係最終要失敗，所以勝利咧係冇可能嘅喺大人嘅版本裏邊。咁接住咧就到呢一個嘅第58題啦。What is the main purpose of paragraph 7？ 咁你會見到咧第7段咧佢有講過 the youth-centered version of the dystopian， 佢有一個字就係 part company with。咁頭先我同你講咧，即係意思係解乜嘢咧？即係其實係主要係解 differs from， 或者係 differ 應該係 differ from， 即係同嗰啲大人嘅有咩唔同？咁所以咧就呢度接住就講咗，第一佢哋係 grimmer 啦， 但同埋咧，又 adult dystopia 係點點點，呢個又係另一個，呢個第二個 point，呢個第一個 point 啦。OK，仲有接住咧就係細路仔嗰啲就點樣咧 ？Children's fiction 就係 reluctant to depict 呢一個，總之係唔願意去描述一啲冇希望嘅嘢啦。呢個第三個唔同啦。總之我哋啱會再睇，但係你最主要咧，你就會知道其實咧好多時咧喺 DSE 度去問你個 main purpose of a paragraph 咧，好多時都係基本上係嗰個段落嘅第一句咯。第一句就係第一句係佢講出嗰個嘅最大嘅。即係最主要嘅主旨係乜嘢？咁所以咧就係 the difference between to show the difference between adult and youth dystopian fiction， 又或者係你可以講話 the difference 啦 and similarities differences and similarities between 啦，又或者係 to compare and contrast 啦，或者用呢啲字咧都已經係表達咗。總之你係表達咗係話大人同細路仔嘅呢類書嘅不同，咁就已經係答咗呢個 main purpose of paragraph 7。至於第7段啦，咁究竟邊個字係解the major disaster 咧 ？catastrophe 都係一個 disaster 啦，或者 apocalypse 就係世界末日咧，都係一個世界末日啊，或者係即係世界終結咁嘅意思咧，都係代表一個 major disaster。因為佢話yes our errors and delusions may lead to catastrophe。跟住之後咧，佢係會The apocalypse really be such a bad thing？ 係咪真係咁差咧？咁呢啲係咪即係都係講緊一個災難咁嘅意思？好啦，第7段咧，我同你再解咗一次先啦。咁 the youth-centered versions of dystopia part company with 即係意思 different from 啦。their adult predecessors 即係佢哋嘅前輩，即係話咧後生嗰啲同老一輩嗰啲，即係以前寫嗰啲嘅 dystopian 係有咩即係好唔同嘅。In some important respects, for one thing, the grown-up ones 咪即係指 the adults 嗰種啦。grim 即係一啲即係比較灰啲嘅啦。The British academic case sample argues that the protagonist's final defeat and failure is absolutely crucial. Crucial means 即係好 important 咁嘅意思啊，即係話咧喺大人嗰啲書咧，嗰啲主角嘅最終嘅失敗係好重要，一定要係好即係一定要佢令佢哋失敗嘅嗰個作者。咁有咩用咧？就係 crucial to the admonitory nature of the classic adult dystopia， 就係有一個即係有一個令到佢哋有一個警告嘅成分，即係變咗係可以能夠警告到啲睇嘅人。The adult dystopia extrapolates from the present to show readers how terrible things will become if our deplorable behaviour continues unchecked。解乜嘢咧？即係大人呢個版本咧，就會即係從現在呢個去推斷啦 ，extrapolate 即係推斷咧，跟住之後咧就 show 俾啲讀者睇咧，就係話如果我哋呢啲咁差嘅行為唔改善嘅話，就有啲乜嘢嘅唔好嘅事情發生啦。Because authors of children's fiction are reluctant to depict the extinction of hope within their stories， 咁而咧細路仔嗰啲版本就係 reluctant， 即係 unwilling， 即係不願意去描述啦 ，depict 就係描述啦。The extinction of hope 即係話咧嗰個嘅希望嘅幻滅，即係話細路仔嗰啲咧就唔想講到係咁即係完全係冇可能改變嘅一個感覺啦。咁所以就唔願意描述呢一個extinction， 即係冇可能咁嘅意思，冇可能嘅，即係唔想完全係將所有希望都抹殺晒啦。咁所以咧 they equivocate when it comes to delivering a moral， 咁佢係故意含糊咁樣咧。當佢講一個即係有個，如果想表達一個即係教訓人咧，係會比較含糊，究竟嗰個世界係會係有得救啊，又冇得救啊咁樣嘅，去到最尾。咁跟住佢就話 Yes, our errors and delusions may lead to catastrophe, but if, as usually happens in dystopians for children, a new better way of life can be assembled from the ruins。即係解乜嘢咧？就係話 佢話我哋嘅錯處啦，即係我哋做錯，即係人類做錯嘅嘢，或者我哋嘅啲錯覺嘅嘢咧，係會導致到有災難嘅。咁你可以唔需要睇呢一句啦。但係咧就呢一個 A New Better Way of Life 咧係可以即係 gathered，即係可以咧係從呢個即係呢個錯誤之中咧可以重新建立一個新嘅世界，而呢個新嘅世界係可以有希望嘅。Would the apocalypse really be such a bad thing？ 咁於是咧就嗰個作者咧就喺度質疑就係話係咪即係世界末日好似大人講嗰啲嘅即係完全失敗嘅一個將來咧係唔係真係咁差咧？即係差到我哋唔想俾細路仔見到咧咁嘅意思。咁好啦，我而家要睇翻咧就係究竟第60題啦。How is young adult dystopian fiction different from adult dystopian fiction？ 咁其實咧就有幾個答案都可以嘅。咁佢叫你只係揾出2個唔同啫。會見到咧，我間咗呢一度啦，就會係呢一個咧橙色嗰度咧就係嗰啲嘅adult， 橙色嗰個咧就係adult 嘅。Dystopian stories 就會係通常係grimmer 啦，你會見到係即係會係灰啲嘅啦，同埋咧 they try to extrapolate from the present to show readers how terrible things will become if our deplorable behaviour continues unchecked。咁呢兩個咧都係一啲 adult 嘅 adult version dystopia。然後咧到紫色嗰2句咧，你會見到咧就係嗰啲係細路仔嘅。Dystopia 咧就會點樣咧？係 reluctant to depict the extinction of hope 啦，同埋係 equivocate when it comes to delivering a moral， 即係咧佢比較故意含糊咧，去當佢講到係一個嘅道德，即係有啲想白教訓啲細路嗰陣時咧，係會比較含糊，即係話究竟係會唔會係即係好失敗咧個結局？咁嗰個咧就係比較含糊嘅。咁呢2個咧就係屬於嗰個係youth-centered versions of dystopia 嘅一啲嘅特點啦，咁佢哋2個咧就會係唔同嘅。好啦，咁睇一睇呢一個 answer 啦，咁呢個 young adult dystopia 咧就會係你會見到係我頭先有講到呢一個啦，都有講到呢一個係 more reluctant 呢一句啦，咁我哋未有講到嘅咧就係more a myth 啦 ，fable 即係好似一個假嘅嘢啦 ，less didactic 啦 ，endings are happier 啦 ，give a glimmer of hope 啦，咁都係屬於一個young adults dystopian fiction 嘅特性啦。咁而另外咧到 adults 嗰邊咧就會係通常都會係 grimmer 啦 ，shows defects 啦，failure of the protagonist 或者係 make argument，argues the points extrapolates 呢個我有講咗啦。跟住啦，佢就話 Sample's observation implies that dystopian stories for adults and children have essentially the same purpose。咁呢個就係個 same purpose 就係乜嘢咧？就係 to warn us about the danger of some current trend。咁呢一個咧就係照寫個答案嘅啫。咁所以其實就應該係好容易攞到分嘅。咁接住呢一度咧，到下一題咧，佢就問 Children however don't run the world。好多學生唔明咩叫 run。run 咧就係有 manage 嘅意思，譬如話 I run this company， 即係意思係解咩嘢咧 ？I manage this company， 即係我經營呢間公司咁嘅意思。咁 don't run the world 即係意思咧係冇即係唔能夠 manage 呢個世界，即係冇權話事咁嘅意思嘅細路仔。OK， 咁即係小朋友咧就唔可以話事，而 teenagers especially feel the sting of this。咩叫 sting 咧 ？sting 即係 bee sting， 即係俾蚊，譬如話俾蜜蜂咬啦，咬即係意思係一個嗰個唔開心咯。即係話咧覺得呢一樣嘢係唔開心，因為 teenagers 開始想控制，即係想控制翻自己嘅生活，但係好多時啲大人就會繼續係管住佢哋，咁所以咧就 feel the sting of it 啦。咁呢個 don't run the world 佢問你啦 ，dystopian fiction may be feel the sting of this 佢呢個 this 啊嘛，而家問你 this 係指乜嘢咧？就係乜嘢啊？就係 not having control in the world 咯。呢個 run 即係 manage，not having control in the world 啦，或者 unable to run the world 啦，或者係 或者係總之係照寫翻 Don't run the world 啦，已經係攞滿分㗎啦，個 model answer 係。接住啦 ，Why do you think some parents might disapprove of their children reading dystopian fiction？ 點解咧係唔 disapprove 即係不認同啦，唔認同佢哋去睇，即係話可以話係唔贊成咯。咁點解啲大人唔贊成啊？其實文章咧就冇講過嘅。當你遇到呢啲問題嗰陣時咧，基本上就要自己作㗎啦。佢話 While some parents disapprove of their children reading dystopian fiction。Kids continue to read the books, and some of them will surely grow up。其實後邊呢啲咧都唔關即係父母點解要禁止佢哋睇呢本書㗎。咁但係咧，上邊嗰段咧，基本上咧佢就係講，都唔係講到話點解父母唔想去睇。呢度講話咩細路仔咩呢度啦，咩 Hunger Games 就係好似 reality TV 啊，咪 operate like a fable a myth 啊，跟住又話 extravagant figure 啊，跟住之後總之呢啲全部都唔關父母點解唔想啲細路仔睇。咁所以咧，其實佢係考緊你一啲嘅，即係好似 common sense 咁，或者係根據上邊你了解 dystopian novels 嘅有啲乜嘢特性。然後你想即係究竟你會知道點解父母唔想啦。咁於是你就要諗下 dystopian 嘅書究竟有啲 dystopian tales 有啲咩特性咧？就係頭先我哋咪講過咯 ，grim 啦，即係等於 hopelessness 啦，即係 depict the hopelessness of the world 啦。仲有係有violence 啦，你會見到啲人咩個成個腦畫出嚟啦，亦都可以話係 scary 啦呢本書，亦都可以話係呢本書係總之係大致上係呢啲咁樣嘅形容詞，係形容呢啲 dystopian tales。咁點解父母唔想去睇咧？咪就係唔想佢哋咁感覺上個社會係 hopeless 咯，亦都唔想去 learn from the violence 咯，亦都唔 don't want the children to feel scared 啦。總之咧，又用翻 dystopian 嘅書嘅形容詞，咁你就表達話父母唔想佢哋面對呢啲咁嘅嘢，咁就已經可以攞分啦。The book was about a world which is filled with the hopelessness 啦、doom 啦、bleak future 啦、death、violence 啦，你可以咁講，其實就已經係 OK 噶啦。又或者 the books are scary，又或者咁樣啦，已經攞到分。Fearful 或者 violence 啊 ，the book may teach children wrong behaviour 咁樣咧，亦都攞到分。咁其實最主要就係啲細路仔、啲家長唔想佢學壞，或者唔想佢覺得呢個社會係冇得救咁樣咯。咧我就會解咗第10段啦，因為第64題同65題咧都係喺第10段裏邊會揾到答案嘅。佢話 While some parents disapprove of their children reading dystopian fiction, kids continue to read the books, and some of them will surely grow up to write dystopian tales of their own。好啦，呢一度咧係講話即係父母唔認同佢哋睇呢啲書咯，而細路仔咧都會繼續睇，甚至長大咗之後咧都會去寫呢啲咁嘅書。Incited by technologies or social trends we have yet to conceive。咁 incited 咧係即係 encourage 咁嘅意思，即係話佢哋會將來寫一啲佢哋嘅，即係佢哋大個就會將來寫佢哋一啲另一種嘅 dystopian stories。而呢啲 dystopian stories 咧係因為我哋而家有好多嘅新嘅科技啦，同埋我哋嘅一啲嘅社會嘅趨勢。By then 即係當佢哋長大啦 ，reality TV and privacy on the internet may seem like quaint outdated problems。 啲咩意思咧？即係話係一個 old-fashioned， 即係好似已經好 out 嘅一啲嘅問題啦。到嗰陣時，因為而家咧就係 reality TV 同埋 privacy 咧，就好似一個好即係一啲好即係好現在一啲好新鮮熱辣嘅問題，係近呢10年8年嘅問題。但係咧到佢哋長大嗰陣時咧，就已經係一個唔係一個咁大嘅問題，一個 outdated 嘅問題。咁但係縱使係點樣咧？其實佢考你呢個 but 啦，佢係 but the part about the world being broken or intolerable about the need to sweep away the past to make room for the new, that part never gets old。咁即係話咧，即係無論個問題係究竟係即係一啲 reality TV privacy 嘅問題，抑或係將來一啲新嘅問題都好咧。 故事嘅最主要核心嘅位就係乜嘢咧？就係個社會係唔好啦，同埋係唔能夠忍受嘅呢個部分咧，係需要換過一個新嘅 future 呢個部分咧，係呢個部分咧係永遠都唔會 gets old。你會見到呢個 part 同埋呢個 part 係一樣㗎。咁即係話咧喺呢啲書裏邊咧都會描述一啲即係 a world being broken，即係話個社會係好唔滿意，啲人係唔滿意嗰個當時嘅社會啊，同埋啲人咧係要重新即係要破壞咗呢個唔好嘅社會，重新建立一個新嘅社會。呢一個部分咧係喺將來嘅 dystopian stories 裏邊咧都依然係會存在嘅，而呢個部分永遠都唔會係都唔會改變咁嘅意思。Never gets old。我哋睇下第64題啦。When teenage readers of today's dystopian fiction are adults， 即係現在咧嗰啲年青人係將來變成大人去寫佢哋嘅 dystopian fiction 嗰陣時咧，reality TV 同 privacy 啦，明唔明啊？佢係未 seem like queen 嗱，呢個字你唔識解唔重要啦，但係起碼 outdated 識解啦啩。係一個已經係過氣嘅問題啊，咁所以即係話大頂，即係到時候呢兩樣嘢已經係一個過氣嘅問題，咁咪就係叫做 maybe issues of lesser importance 咯，即係已經係唔係好重要嘅問題咯。咁啊當然唔會係唔存在啦，因為係 outdated 啫，即係就已經係冇咁重要啦。Will be conceived as social and technological theme in books。呢度唔係咁嘅意思啊，因為佢話係到時嗰啲 dystopian 就會 encourage by 一啲，因為可能啲科技啊或者啲機械人點樣控制咗即係地球啊呢啲咁樣就變成一啲 dystopian story 嘅一啲嘅背景啦。但係就算係咁嘅話咧，呢兩樣嘢因為你 focus on 呢兩個 keyword 啊嘛，呢兩個 keyword 佢接住就係講話 may seem like quaint outdated problems， 咁你唔識呢個字就解 outdated， 所以答案只可能係 C 嘅啫。第65題啦。The writer's conclusion is that a broken or post-apocalyptic world 係點樣咧？答案應該咧就係 B 啦。will forever remain a major part of dystopian fiction。因為點解咧？佢有講過，佢話 but the part about 有啲咩 part 咧，就係 the world being broken 啊，or intolerable about the need to sweep away the past to make room for the new。然後佢就話。That part never gets old， 即係話呢個部分咧，就係話呢個世界係好唔掂啦，跟住又唔能夠忍受啦，就需要剷走咗呢一個唔掂嘅世界，再重新去做一個新嘅世界咧。呢個部分咧係唔會係變舊嘅，即係話就算將來幾十年後啲人再寫一個 dystopian 嘅話咧，嗰啲古仔咧都係一樣係講一個世界係唔能夠接受，係 broken world。post-apocalyptic world 即係指一個呢個字就係解世界末日啊嘛，即係一個好似世界末日嘅之後嘅世界咧，係呢樣嘢係永遠都唔會變嘅。至於咧 A 啦 ，is a theme that will never be interesting for adult readers。佢根本就唔係講緊呢一樣嘢啦，因為佢到最尾呢一段咧，佢個 conclusion 咧就係講話，即係話佢哋會即係啲細路仔將來長大就會寫 dystopian novels 啦，亦都主要係即係引申，因為有呢啲科技而受到呢啲科技而啟發到寫一啲有關科技嘅dystopian novel 啦。但係就冇講過話呢一啲係一啲 will not be interesting 咯，因為佢話呢個 part 係唔會係改變。will become as interesting as technology and the social trends of today。呢個 incite 咧係解 encouraged， 即係意思咧係由受到乜嘢啟發咧，就係話將來嘅科技而引申到會諗到一啲 dystopian story 係因為個科技轉變而令到我哋嘅社會不能接受。咁呢兩樣嘢唔係相提並論嘅咯，即係話呢個係係嗰個背景，咁但係呢個世界都係依然不能接受嘅話咧，係一個呢個部分係唔會改變啦，所以唔係呢兩個同埋呢兩個平等 ，OK， 即係唔係話 will become as interesting as 就唔關事咯。Should be swept away to make room for new ideas。佢係 should be swept away， 但係唔係 for new ideas 啦，因為咧呢啲咁樣嘅世界係 should be swept away in 呢個即係新呢啲嘅 dystopian novels， 所以答案咧只有 B 係啱嘅。